Hey all, I'm Patrick. Welcome back to Motoramblings. Today I am going to meet some folks from the MVMC Facebook group, and we're going to go for a ride on some dirt roads. Never met any of these guys, but Roger and I are going to go down and hang out with these folks, do some dirt road riding, see how it goes. Hang around, see what happens. See ya.
I slid a few feet on the ground once I got separated from the bike.
Alright folks, I am at Celebrity Hot Dogs. This is where we're going to meet for a ride with the MVMC fans Facebook group. I guess that's what it's called. Roger and I are the first ones here. Say hey Roger.
Hey Roger.
I knew he was going to do that. Alright, so we're going to wait on the guys and go ride some dirt roads.
Where are we at, Patrick?
We are near the Bent Creek area of West Asheville. We are actually heading back toward West Asheville instead of up on the dirt roads. That was part of the plan today. And looking at your backside here, the right side of your leg and your Hydra pack there, I bet people can kind of guess what's happened here. You want to tell them?
Somebody was being an idiot.
So, obviously, folks, Roger went down. And he went down on his right side, and I will let him explain exactly how it happened because, of course, neither one of us had cameras running.
You ready to roll?
Yep.
I can't get this bear to...
Yeah, it's too loose. I have, like I said, pliers right in my top case if you want to try that. Or you want to wait till you get home.
How's it look behind us?
We're clear.
Alright. Oh, baby.
Alright, Roger, tell us what just happened.
So we made up with how many did we determine?
I think
6, 8, 9?
I thought there was 10 including us.
10 other adventure riders. Was going out for an adventure ride on some very familiar roads. Just on this road a couple of months ago. Road's in good shape, hard packed. Just a gravel road with a lot of use, hard packed. But I met up with the guys, decided to go for a ride. We talked a little bit about riding in a group and safety. And I told them I hadn't been out on the gravel this year. Worn back tire, wanted to lay back towards the back end. Where did we start?
You started in third.
We're third in line. And of course, feeling my Cheerios, if you will. And just going to go to a fast zone. I was passing Patrick on his left.
And he told me he was going to, so it wasn't a big deal.
I said, "Pete."
You did?
Yeah, and let's just say, a little spicy. Got on the brakes pretty hard, rear tire stepped out. I thought I was going to make the corner anyway, but the leaf litter on the side of the road had other plans for me, and down I went. Rear tire spun out in front of me. Break my right ankle backwards, and now I'm going to the emergency room.
And from my perspective, I heard you beep, heard you get on it a little bit. Your rear tire, like you said, stepped out just a bit. And you were ahead of me some, so I watched as you got way to the left of the road into the really loose stuff, and it looked like your back tire locked up. So you had
oh, it was definitely locked up.
Yeah, you had a foot full of brake. And when your bike went down on the right side, it was a low side. When you went down on the right side, apparently you say your boot got caught and twisted.
Yep.
And as great as the boots are, I don't care what kind of boot you wear, you get a twist and it's going to do damage. So Roger and I are going to head back to his house, drop off his bike, and we're going to get him to an emergency room one way or another, whether it's me, his wife, anybody. and we're going to check, because you're pretty sure that thing's broken, aren't you?
Pretty sure.
No bones are broken.
Nice.
I mean, I could stand on it when the adrenaline was flowing, but once the adrenaline kind of waned, I was like, oh, you don't want to stand on it.
That is exactly why I was telling you to back off and get away from the bike. Go let the adrenaline slow down a little bit. Myself and the other Patrick picked your bike up. And that's when I saw you start to limp worse and worse.
Who picked the bike up?
Myself and the other Patrick.
Lightweight bike, huh?
Actually, it was very light. I was surprised. Either that or Patrick had all the weight.
Oh, the two Patricks picked it up?
Yep. And so what I wanted to just say to the folks out there watching is that there was no loose gravel. There was a little bit of bumps. It was kind of humped up a lot, like little whoop-de-doos in a way. And there was even a little bit of it that I thought could be a little bit slick because it was a little muddy, but it was very surface mud. In other words, it's a road that Roger and I have done a million times, never had an issue. It does not matter your comfort level, how often you've done it. Shit can go sideways in a hurry. And it did today. It's unfortunate, but it happens. So,
Say your first day out on the gravel after not riding much for the past 2 months.
mm-hmm.
Miles an hour on the gravel is just a smidge much.
Yep. And there,
This is 100% my goof. I was playing, I was, goofing off, feeling the bike. Like I said, I mentioned to Patrick earlier, I took a lot of the weight off the bike.
especially off the back.
What's that?
Especially off the back.
Yeah, I took a lot of the weight off the back of the bike because some other things, just testing out some stuff with the bike, like riding it when it's not loaded down with gear. And of course, with my tire luck, I always carry tubes, tools, tire repair kit, etc., etc. But I transferred all that weight up to the crash bars, engine guards, and of course no weight on the back.
As you can see, the back of his bike is completely naked, which is very unusual for him. He usually carries weight just to be used to it.
The tools and the tubes in the dry bag will fill you.
Yep. And you always had some sort of bags back there. Even if it wasn't the full Moscow Moto bag setup, you always had some weight back there. Today, we even talked about it on the way there, that you took off all the weight because you were going to try something new with your suspension. It's just a matter of not being used to it. You hadn't been on gravel in a while, your tire's not great, you have no weight on the back, you decided to give it some beans for a second. That's all it takes, folks.
I gave it all the beans. Well, tell you how big of an idiot I am. I was attempting to pull a wheelie.
No kidding. Yeah. You haven't been...
There you go, folks. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
Just because you can, don't. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a Roger.
If you're gonna pull a wheelie, don't do it the first time you've been on gravel in months.
Well, I'm not throwing out oil or anything at you, so...
No.
Hey,
No.
the old Africa Twin held up.
I don't see any damage other than your mirror getting loose. Patrick and I cleaned out all the leaves and debris and stuff that was stuck in your crash bar and your foot peg, and that was it. I mean, to me, it doesn't look like there's any damage whatsoever. I don't believe your handlebars are crooked.
Well, the handlebars don't feel anything. Of course, they were turned the opposite way, but I guess it traveled lower.
Even your bags on your crash bars, they're stuffed full, and they held. They didn't tear. They didn't tear off. A little dirty.
Well, it's supposed to be 7
Yes, it is.
Sunshine shining. What an idiot.
Hey, it happens. I went ass over tea kettle over the front of my VStrom when I was alone.
Mind riding my bike back home if they put me in a...
I do not mind at all, as long as you don't mind me riding it. Folks, well, I'm going to sign this one off. We're going to go to urgent care sooner rather than later.
You're out there riding the thin line roads, don't pull a Roger.
Don't pull a Roger. And if you do, please do it on while a camera is recording.
Alright guys, well, I'm over here at Roger's abode. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened and how he's doing at the moment. I wanted to show you the bike just a little bit here. The front crash bar is right up against the fairing here. And on the side here, he's got no room between the fairing. So he's got a little bend somewhere along that front crash bar. And his brake lever is very close to his exhaust.
No, that's a crash bar.
Oh, that's more crash bar. All right.
And it did its job because
There's no damage.
it took the brunt of the low side, if you will.
Mm-hmm. All right, so tell us a little bit. First off, what is the diagnosis?
No bones are broken.
Nice.
No bones are broken. I was fearful of a spiral fracture, as I may have said already, the way it ripped my foot off the foot peg.
Mm-hmm.
So no bones are broken. So severe or sprained ankle.
Nice.
So the boots did their job, took care of my ankle. I wear the Alpine Star Toucan boots, and I didn't have them super snug, but snug enough. Well, hopefully snug enough. And you know, they did their job, protected my feet and ankles. I always was fearful of feet and ankle injuries.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I spent a little extra money on, well, the boots. Most of the gear I wear is mindful of protection. In the event that I slide.
Mm-hmm.
The fly racing trousers over pants that I wear or was wearing today, first time out, they did their job. I slid a few feet on the ground once I got separated from the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just got some scuff marks on.
Little dirty. All right, so they say severe sprain. They say it's going to take a while to recover, and of course the doctor wants you to stay off of it. So I'm guessing in a couple of days you'll be out riding and stomping around again.
Pretty much.
All right, so how about just a little bit, if you don't mind, what do you feel like happened on give us a rundown of how it all went down.
Well, it was all me just being dumb.
Yeah. That's all you're going to give us?
Well, I just summarized it. I was dumb.
Okay.
So, when moving weight around on the bike, trying to get more weight towards the front, took off the tools as I mentioned before. I usually carry the tire repair kit on this part of the bike. I always carry tubes, I always carry tire tools, I always carry an inflator, I always carry the tools for every nut and bolt that I've found so far on the bike. And it usually sits there. You know, it's a few pounds. The front tube isn't that heavy, but the back tube is massive.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big tire. And it takes up a lot of space and it weighs a little bit. So I've taken all the luggage off, and I was testing a theory, if you will, with the rear suspension. It's a Honda, so we know the suspension is lacking for someone in the 230 pound range. Was at 265, so I know what the suspension was doing. So I was just testing a theory. Move all the weight, as much of it forward. I put all the tire repair up on the engine guards, as you can see over there, and you know, the front tire felt planted all the time. Didn't feel, you know, but I just made a poor choice in judgment within the first mile of a get-together ride with a bunch of people that I only knew two of, and so yeah.
So you went down. It happens to all of us. All is good. Minor damage to the bike. Turns out minor damage to you.
So I'm thankful that nothing was fractured, nothing was broken. Thankful that it was just a sprain. So, you know, a couple Tylenol, some rest. You know, would have been nice if they'd have given me an ice pack while I was there.
Yeah.
They even sent me out the door with crutches, and I looked at the motorcycle and it's like, where am I going to put these? So I had to wait for my wife to get there, and that's a whole nother video. She was
Not a video on this channel.
She was none too pleased with me, but she was thankful that there was no injuries. But she took the crutches home. I don't know what I'm going to do with the crutches. I may make another emergency jack for
There you go. Yes.
fixing tires on the side of the road. But yeah, all's good.
Yep. You know, and I want to thank everybody that was there on the ride. We had a great time while it lasted. We got to chat with them for a while before we actually got out on the road, and it was great to meet them all. Looking forward to getting together with them again. Hopefully it'll last a little bit longer. And that's it, folks. You know, beginning to end, all is good. Things can go sideways when you least expect it.
Kind of quickly.
I hope everyone can stay well, stay safe. Most of all, stay happy, y'all. And Roger, stay on two wheels, will ya?
Yeah. It's just an oversized unicycle.